they did, I think Gruden is out of a job right now, or he's coaching somewhere else. But the Glazers were impressed enough with what he did last year and his plan.
Impressed with what? Going 9-7, backing out of the playoffs, and then getting routed by the New York Giants?
It was better than the year before.
New York Giants!
I just don't see how he has a job still. I really don't. And to me, another 9-7 year, you had the division wrapped up, but you lost to Carolina bad.
Yeah.
I mean, got throttled by D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart.
Yep.
And then went on to lose your last 4 games of the season.
Everybody was making the case.
You see Mike Shanahan get fired. You see Eric Mangini get fired. Why isn't Gruden feeling the same fate?
Everybody was making the case that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could not stop the run. They had one good game on defense. Gruden says, oh, you couldn't stop the run. Well, I think we did a good job today. And then the very next week, they had that Carolina game. I give Gruden one more season. If he clings to the mediocrity that he has been, he's gone. He's gone after next year. I think he's definitely on the hot seat going into this upcoming 2009-2010 season.
Hickabilly also bringing up a good point. Tampa Bay's defense has kept the Bucs a contender and protecting Gruden. Well, that's another story.
But not this year.
Not this year. Especially when you lost your last 4, and you had probably by far the worst 4 performances under Monty Kiffin, who's going to bolt out and be the defensive coordinator for Tennessee.
That's right.
With his son Lane Kiffin being the head coach now.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're a Bucs fan, get ready for dark days. That's all I got to say.
I think they have another defensive coordinator that's interviewing for a job somewhere else as well. They could be losing more defensive coaches. So.
Well, all I'm saying is, like I said, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, prepare for dark days. They're going to be incredibly dark. You thought the Lions season was bad? I think Tampa Bay could be on the verge of just as bad of a season. Not going winless, but don't expect them to be anywhere close to division contention.
I was going to ask you, is Tampa Bay going to go and reclaim the title of worst record after Detroit took it away from them, since they were the ones who went 0-14 back in the day? And now Detroit has taken that title away from them, so Tampa Bay is going to go back. But you say they're going to win a couple. It's just going to be dark days a la Miami's season last year, something along those lines.
Yes, I see that in Tampa's future, especially with Carolina getting as
Carolina's strong.
As what they've been.
New Orleans has talent, and Atlanta is a power in that conference or in that division again.
The 3 teams that are in your division are getting better, and you're taking steps backwards. Not good. Not good at all if you're a Tampa Bay fan. So, but we're trying to keep an eye on here, and it looks like Philadelphia is going to get by Minnesota here, and the Eagles will take place against the Giants next week, assuming Philadelphia is able to hold on to this, which I think they are. Arizona will take on Carolina. Arizona traveling out to Carolina, not a good matchup. Not a good matchup against Carolina.
Well, any Arizona against any East Coast team, they get beat by the time zone. Something happens to them on the plane. I don't know, somebody slips something into their food while they're on whatever charter flight they take, so that when they get off the plane, it's like they're on frickin' Prozac and they don't care.
Right.
So they got to get over that. They got to get over this whole traveling cross-country thing before they can play a game against the Carolina Panthers.
Now, I don't like their chances against Carolina, and I think Carolina feels as though they do have something to prove still.
Carolina has the firepower to keep up with Arizona in a shootout. That's something else. They've got the weapons downfield to, hey, you want Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden making circus catches or running after the catch? Here's Steve Smith and Mushin Muhammad for you. Thank you very much.
Muhammad's resurrected his career.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was only ever good. Only ever good in Carolina.
And then, of course, again, you have the Giants and the Eagles. And I'm going to say this. We all make light of what the Giants accomplished, winning 8 straight and then going on to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
This year's Giants from last year is the Eagles.
You made that case earlier.
I think the Eagles are going to have a run similar to what the Giants had. And how ironic would it be if the Eagles are able to get by the Giants? And I honestly do see that happening with the Eagles. I really do, for some reason. There's something about them that has so many similarities to what last year's Giants team did.
Well, I think that going into New York, for the ultimate showdown with their division nemesis, is going to be a real test for them. If they can get past New York, then I think that Philly can play with any AFC team that makes it.
Right.
But they've got to get through New York. And New York does so many things well on offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those rushers, pick your poison with whoever's running the ball in New York.
Right.
And if you stop their run game, then young Manning is going to light you up. So it's going to be tough. That's going to be a fantastic game to watch next week.
But you remember who exploded in that game? The last time the Giants and the Eagles played. And he's blowing up today right now against the Vikings.
Westbrook.
Just had a 71-yard touchdown run.
Westbrook!
The Eagles can match up with the Giants. They've already proven that.
Yes.
And they also proved that on the Giants' home turf.
So that's going to be fresh in the minds of the New York Giants.
Yes.
Though.
And it's going to be a very fun game to watch.